In March 2026, the United States Army and Navy fired a missile from Cape Canaveral. It climbed to the edge of space, separated from its booster, and began to glide. Not on a Buddhistic arc, not on a predictable path. It maneuvered. It changed direction. It struck its target at more than 10 times the speed of sound. And nothing in the world's inventory could have stopped it. This is the age of hypersonic weapons. Missiles that travel between 5 and 20 times the speed of sound. Missiles that maneuver inside the atmosphere at altitudes and speeds where no interceptor can reach them. 3 nations are building them. The race is not close to over. To understand why hypersonic weapons change everything, you have to understand what happens above Mach 5. A conventional cruise missile, a Tomahawk, flies at 550 miles per hour. A target has minutes to detect it, track it, and respond. A supersonic missile, twice the speed of sound, cuts that window to perhaps 60 seconds. A hypersonic weapon at Mach 10 covers a mile every half second. From launch detection to impact, a defender may have less than 15 seconds to react. And that assumes they can track it at all. There are 2 types. Hypersonic glide vehicles ride a booster to the edge of space, separate, and skip along the upper atmosphere like a stone across water, maneuvering unpredictably at Mach 5 to Mach 10.
The United States has 3 hypersonic programs in active development. The first is Dark Eagle. Officially designated the Long-Range Hypersonic Weapon, Dark Eagle is a ground-launched boost-glide system. A solid-fuel booster accelerates the Common Hypersonic glide body to speeds between Mach 5 and Mach 17. At peak velocity, the glide body separates and descends toward its target, maneuvering through the upper atmosphere at over 13,000 miles per hour. Range: 1,700 miles. The warhead weighs less than 30 pounds. It does not need explosive mass. At Mach 10, kinetic energy alone is devastating. In December 2024, Dark Eagle completed its first successful end-to-end flight test. In 2026, the Army declared the system operational, the first American hypersonic weapon fielded for combat. It now operates under the same chain of command as nuclear weapons. STRATCOM. Direct authority from the President. The second is Arrow, the air-launched rapid response weapon. Built by Lockheed Martin, Arrow is a boost-glide weapon launched from a B-52 bomber. It accelerates to Mach 8 or higher, releases a maneuvering glide body, and strikes targets at a range of roughly 1,000 miles. The program was nearly canceled after 3 consecutive test failures. Then in 2023, it succeeded. In 2025, the Air Force revived it. In 2026, procurement funding was approved, And a new variant, Increment 2, is in development. The upgrade adds a seeker. Arrow will be able to hit moving targets, including ships.
The third is HACM, the Hypersonic Attack Cruise Missile. Unlike Dark Eagle and Arrow, HACM uses a scramjet, an air-breathing engine that compresses incoming air at hypersonic speeds to sustain powered flight. No booster separation, no glide phase, continuous powered flight at Mach 5+ for hundreds of miles. This is the hardest engineering problem in hypersonics. A scramjet has no moving parts. It relies entirely on the vehicle's speed to compress air into the combustion chamber. Below Mach 4, it cannot ignite. Above Mach 10, the thermal loads destroy the engine. The operating window is narrow and violent. Raytheon won the contract. HACM is designed to be launched from fighters, F-15s and potentially F-35s.
China's program is the most advanced. The DF-17, operational since 2019, carries the DFCF hypersonic glide vehicle. Speed, Mach 5 to Mach 10. Range, up to 2,500 kilometers. Enough to reach every American base in the Western Pacific, Guam, Okinawa, the Philippines. In a Taiwan scenario, the DF-17 could neutralize airfields, command centers, and missile defense batteries before a single American fighter takes off. And China has hundreds of them. Production is industrial scale, but the DF-17 is just the beginning. China has tested a fractional orbital bombardment system, a hypersonic vehicle that enters orbit, circles the entire globe, and descends on its target from any direction. There is no radar architecture on Earth designed to track a threat that comes from orbit. In 2021, that test caught American intelligence off guard. General Mark Milley called it very close to a Sputnik moment. Russia also fields the Avant-Garde, a glide vehicle mounted on an RS-28 Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile. Avant-Garde is nuclear capable. It reportedly reaches Mach 27. That is over 20,000 miles per hour. At that speed, it can strike any point on Earth within 30 minutes of launch. Russia claims it entered service in December 2019. Western intelligence has not confirmed operational readiness, but the capability, if real, is the most extreme hypersonic threat in existence.
The honest answer is mostly no. Current missile defense systems were designed to intercept ballistic missiles, weapons that follow predictable arcs. Hypersonic glide vehicles defeat that assumption. They fly too low for exo-atmospheric interceptors like THAAD. They fly too fast and too unpredictably for point defense systems like Patriot, with one exception. Ukraine proved that a Patriot PAC-3 can intercept a Kinzhal. But the Kinzhal does not maneuver like a true glide vehicle. Against Dark Eagle, the DFZF, or Avant-Garde, no deployed system has demonstrated a reliable intercept capability. The Pentagon's answer is the Glide Phase Interceptor GPI, a new class of missile designed specifically to intercept hypersonic weapons during their glide phase. Northrop Grumman and Raytheon are competing for the contract. GPI would be launched from EGFCAB-equipped destroyers using next-generation sensors and kill vehicles capable of matching a glide vehicle's maneuverability. It does not exist yet. Earliest deployment, late 2020s. Until then, the only reliable defense against a hypersonic weapon is to destroy the launcher before it fires. The Pentagon has announced framework agreements for the procurement of more than 12,000 hypersonic missiles. 500 Dark Eagles per year at minimum production rate. Aero in active procurement, ACM in development. The Blackbeard program, a low-cost hypersonic missile from Castellion, promises volume production at a fraction of the cost. China may already have more deployed. Russia has used them in a real war. The United Kingdom, France, Australia, Japan, India, and North Korea all have active hypersonic development programs. This is not a future scenario. These weapons exist. They are deployed. They are being manufactured at industrial scale. And the systems designed to stop them are still on the drawing board. The age of hypersonic weapons is not coming. It is here.
Full documentary breakdown on the channel. Subscribe to BingoFuel.